The J. Michaels Show.
Welcome to another edition of the J. Michaels Show in our all-new studio. We're back now, and I've got a wonderful guest for you. James Morrison is coming up on this show, but first let me remind you to subscribe to the channel, like all of the different links that you can, comment, and be sure to get those notifications. That way you know when we have a new episode on the show. Let's say hello to James Morrison. James, how are you?
I'm good, Jay. Thanks.
I noticed that you have in the background your Showing Up poster for your program. Yeah. Tell me about Showing Up.
Showing Up is a documentary that I made with my wife, Riad Galayini.
Mm-hmm.
And we co-produced it, co-directed it. It's a conversation about the audition.
Yeah, about auditioning for different shows.
Well, yeah. What actors, how they feel about it, what they do to prepare themselves, how they conduct themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about 60 of our finest actors.
Wow.
Some of them no longer with us, sadly.
Yeah.
So it's a celebration of them and their life's work, and it's available to stream for free at showingupmovie.com.
Okay, fantastic. You've been in so many different things, lots of cop shows, NCIS, Law and Order, 24. So you're very well known, but you go back for me to Space Above and Beyond. That's the show that I first saw you on and loved seeing you there. Tell me about how you got that role on Space Above and Beyond.
I did a play in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Space Above and Beyond was 1995. We shot it in 95. And I did a play that ran for 8 months in Los Angeles, mm-hmm. where I met my wife, Riad. Mm-hmm. And it was a huge hit, won all the awards. You know, it was a great experience. But a casting director named, oh my God, his name just went out of my head.
You can't remember?
No, but I have the world's largest encyclopedia at my fingertips.
Uh-huh.
And if I remember it while I'm typing,
uh-huh.
I'm so embarrassed that I can't remember.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
He changed my life.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about him the other day, and I okay, here we go.
You were on that show with Tucker Smallwood, who's been
Tucker
on this
Smallwood,
show.
Glenn Morgan, James Wong produced it. Kristen Cloak, Morgan Weiser, Rodney Rowland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be.
All cast and crew.
Yeah.
I'm on IMDb right now.
Yeah.
In case you.
That's okay.
You were wondering.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have to look yourself up.
Well, I'm so embarrassed because he okay, this is, I'm scrolling down the entire, Randy Stone. Randy Stone was the casting director.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it probably 35 times by his own admission.
Uh-huh.
The play that I was in.
Uh-huh.
And when it was time to cast Space Above and Beyond, he called me in for a couple of things before that.
Yeah.
And they didn't work out. So I came in to read for Morgan and Wong, and I to hear Glenn Morgan tell it, I got the part because I sat in the wrong chair. And I was the only actor that did that, and so it sort of threw them off, and they, you know.
Yeah.
But Randy was, he was in my corner for that one. So.
Yeah.
That's how I got that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And now listen, I want to say to the actors who are listening,
Uh-huh.
this was 7 years after I did that play. So we don't know what's happening. Those things that are happening underneath that undercurrent of blessings that are happening. The
Mm-hmm.
work that we do in one thing will lead to another, but it may not be tomorrow. It may
Right.
be 7 years later. You
Yeah.
never know. So, always be on your toes, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't your first television show. Your first TV show was Automan. You were an actor, producer, writer, you were in Automan. How did you end up with that role?
That one, I got the day my mother died.
Oh,
It was my first, it was my SAG card job, the one you get to join the union with.
yeah.
And I was in Colorado where she lived, and I got the call the day she died, and I turned it down because I said, I can't, my
Yeah.
mom just died. I can't do that nonsense. And my big sister was there. When she heard me turn the job down, she said, "Oh no, you have to do this. Um, this is what you're working for, and you can't. Mom's gone."
Yeah.
So I went and did it, and it was awful. It was an awful experience
Yeah.
because I was grieving, and it was silly.
Yeah.
The best thing about it was that I got to meet Lucille Ball on the set because she was there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Desi Jr. was he was the star of that show,
Yeah.
Desi Arnaz Jr. So anyway, I remember Desi Arnaz's name, but not Randy Stone's name. That's how my brain works.
Well, mine works that way too sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got that job.
Okay. Well, you've done so many things, from X-Files, Twin Peaks, 24. Of course, you're famous for that. You've done all the different cop shows on TV. Do you have any advice for actors on longevity and how to keep getting roles? And also, do you still audition, or do they just call you?
Yeah, I do audition. Yeah, I'm selective about what I audition for now, but I guess the only advice that really anybody can have is about longevity is don't quit.
Mm-hmm. Stay in the game.
Stay in the game, man.
Yeah.
If you're doing what your calling is, or what you feel your calling is, doesn't matter what it is. You have no choice. You just do it. You just persevere no matter what, no matter what you're doing, right?
Right. Have you had any times where you felt like you couldn't get a role? Tell me about that.
Oh well, no, they're frequent. I mean, I've had one. I'm in one now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just part of the job.
Yeah.
It's in the job description, except for maybe 1%, 2% of the people who do it,
Yeah.
who go from one job to the next. They're inundated with offers. They're turning things down because they don't have their schedule doesn't permit. That's a minuscule percentage of the actors.
Uh-huh.
The great majority of us, we're and once you realize too that you can say no
Yeah.
to things. If you read something and you just go, and if you've been at it a while, you know what you can do.
Right.
You'll get something and you go, this isn't me. This isn't what I do. I'm not going to get this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to waste, 3 days of my time working on this and doing an audition for something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I've either done it and it was horrible the first time, or I've done it and I don't need to do it again
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, or I just know I'm not going to get it. It's not in my wheelhouse. Once you realize you can say no, you have the power of no.
Right.
it's kind of freeing, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we think, oh my God, I have to say yes. I got an offer. I have to say yes.
Right.
No, you know, we don't.
You don't have to. Yeah.
No.
If you were given the opportunity to say be the lead in a television series where it would be regular work, would you want to do that, or do you like only doing the guest appearances?
Oh no, I'd love to. Absolutely, I'd love to do this. You know what I'd love to do is a half-hour television, you know, thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't even know if they do for sitcoms anymore, do they?
Yeah, I still see them. Yeah.
I love that schedule,
Yeah.
and it's great. So it's such great fun. It's just like doing a play.
Yeah. Do you prefer doing theater work, or do you prefer movies and TV?
Oh, they both have their um, appeal. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what the medium is. If it's a worthwhile thing that speaks to me in some way,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you know, I say that, but I've done a lot of things that I've done things for money, like we all do,
Oh, yeah.
and I've done things for not that much money. But so you know, I don't know if it speaks to me in some way. Sure, it doesn't matter what the medium is.
Right. Well, along with being an accomplished actor, you're also a musician. How much time do you focus on your music? And
Well, I
what's your
haven't been
favorite
re-
instrument?
well, I play guitar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Beautifully, by the way.
sorry.
Beautifully, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I love all your music. What was the name of the album? Son of the Boy, Son of the...
Sons of the Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wonderful album. I have the CD. I keep it in my truck.
Oh,
When I had
thank
my
you.
truck, I was listening to
It's
it all
good
the
truck
time.
music. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was learning how to, still learning how to play guitar, and I love the way you play. And your voice was kind of similar to mine. I thought, well, I can do that, you know. And I really
Oh, good.
started
Thanks.
enjoying your music.
Where are you, Jay?
I
Where are you?
I'm in Waco, Texas.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but
I
yeah.
love Texas.
Do you have a new album coming?
No, but I have enough songs to do like an EP,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd love to, you know, start putting it together. But I've been working on a screenplay that I was hired to write. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't really talk about
Oh, yeah.
because of the, you know, contractually.
Yeah.
They've asked me not to talk about the subject matter, but I was going to say I haven't been playing as much music as I usually do or as I want to because I've been focused on my writing and I've been doing my solo play too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
around the country so I'm sort of taken away from my music.
Yeah. Do you do gigs? Do you go out and perform?
Not for a while.
Yeah.
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 Locally, I'll do some stuff, but not much anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard when you've got so many irons in the fire, and you know,
Yeah. I understand.
and plus, you know, it doesn't pay that much money.
Yeah. Well, I was
Yeah.
hoping that you would bring your one-man play to Texas and I would get to see it because I can't get
Oh,
out
you
to
know, I'd love to.
California. But
I have some friends in Austin who've been
Mhm.
talking about, you know, threatening to come to do it in Austin. But how far is Waco from Austin?
about 2 hours, not far.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to see that. I would love
I'll,
to
I'll
meet
keep
you in person.
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tell me about your one-man play. What's it about?
It's about my boy Seamus,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not really his story. He's kind of the star of the show, but it's um, about what I went through and how he changed me
Right.
when he had brain cancer when he was 10.
Mm.
And I know it sounds, you know, dark and sad because you know cancer has
Right.
that tendency. but it's actually a really a positive, uplifting, because obviously he survived. He's doing well. He just graduated from UCSB, University of California, Santa Barbara,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years ago, and he got his master's degree in teaching English to speakers of other languages.
Huh.
So he's heading off to Spain to teach
Oh, wow.
K through what is it, 1 through 6 graders, first through sixth graders, English.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So yeah, the play is about the that experience that our family went through, and but mostly it's my story
mm-hmm.
about how I was transformed and how. But ultimately, it ends up being about what we are here for in terms of each other,
Right.
how we end up showing up for each other, um, and that we can't do it alone.
Exactly.
So that's what it ends up being about ultimately. It's about it's an hour and 20 minutes long, and just me
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of it's multimedia, so it's got some slides and a little movie and
Uh-huh.
stuff. But it's turned out to be a pretty good experience.
Where all have you performed your one-man play?
I've done it in Anchorage,
Mm-hmm.
where I grew up. Just did it there in September. I just got back from Atlanta. I did it down in Atlanta in January. I did it in up in the Puget Sound near Seattle on Whidbey Island. They have a beautiful theater up there. And where else? Oh, premiered at the Great Barrington Public Theater in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was about 2, 3 years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it was developed here in Ojai, California, where I live, at the
Mm-hmm.
Playwrights Conference here
So you
in
don't live in Los
2019.
Angeles. You live in Ojai.
I live about 90 miles north of LA.
Yeah. Do you find it easy to get to places or where you're going to film, or is it difficult? Or I mean,
No, it's a little longer uh,
yeah,
to get to the airport, but yeah, that's about it.
yeah. Well, because you're there, you didn't have to go through uh, the L.A. fires
Fire, no.
or the stuff that's happening now with immigration. So you haven't seen any of that where you
No,
are, or have you?
no. We've had some ICE agents here,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and protests. Um, well, like anywhere in California, we have a really healthy immigrant population,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, as far as the fires, we had our own fire up here, the Thomas Fire, back
Mm-hmm.
in 2017, that got very close. We had to evacuate. It took out a sizable chunk of Ventura.
Huh.
It was terrible, terrible fire. Um, Huge. But yeah, we had to evacuate. It was scary. It was scary.
Yeah. Well, on your Instagram and Facebook, you tend to be somewhat political. What do you think about the current situation that's going on now with this administration?
Well, I've got nothing good to say about it.
Yeah.
I think it's awful what's
Yeah.
happening right now. I think it's awful. I mean, just to keep it current, I think it's awful that the president of the United States would brag about having something to do with censoring a television show.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there, that's a clear violation of the First Amendment. That's government interference. That's government censorship.
Exactly.
That's what the First Amendment was written for, specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, to keep the government from censoring uh, the press or entertainers. I mean, and so that's what's happening now. And I just think it's I think it's sad, and I think that listen, we can all be disappointed in our government.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that you can, but it gets a lot of things right, and it was designed to do exactly what it's doing, helping people, as Abraham Lincoln said, who can't help themselves.
Right.
And I think that the way it's going now, I think they're just turning all that around.
Yeah.
But I also think that you can be disappointed in your government and the people who lead it, and still love your country very much, and still be very much a patriot, which I consider myself. And that's what I feel about that.
Yeah, I personally believe that Trump is all in the Epstein files. Do you have an opinion on the Epstein files?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've known that he was the kind of guy that he is since before he, came down the escalator to announce his candidacy. So, and I think if you're paying attention, if you have been paying attention, you've seen that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And there are those of us in the country who can ignore who that guy is for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
And some of them are, claim to be God-fearing people who claim Jesus Christ as their savior.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is the Antichrist.
Yeah, exactly.
And I knew that before he announced his candidacy. So none of this surprises me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, based on his own, statements and words and actions. It doesn't surprise me that he's all over that and more.
Yeah.
So,
well, what do you think that we can do as citizens with a government that's obviously turning fascism? What is your opinion on what we should be doing?
well, what we can do is what we should have done when he ran in the last election, which was just defeat him soundly and send him packing, and allow the legal system to hold him accountable.
Yeah.
I mean, he's violating the Constitution left and right. So, and now he's being enabled by the majority.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing we can do except vote.
Right.
We can protest and we can vote.
Yeah.
We can express ourselves as I'm doing now. Try to raise awareness. But if you're not, so, or you've got an agenda that you feel that he fulfills, and you want to support him so that he can enable you to do the same thing he's doing, which is, reckless abandonment of the values that we were founded upon.
Yeah, I agree.
And that are clearly extra constitutional. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a tragic time.
Yeah. Well, I would have thought that our current government system would have intervened by this time, and it just seems like they're kind of spineless out there. No one wants to actually do about it.
They can't, Jay. Their hands are tied. In the first place, he's eliminated the checks and balances.
Mm-hmm.
Constitutionally mandated checks and balances. They're gone.
Right.
And he's surrounded himself now with yes people.
Right.
In this first administration, he had some people in there like Mattis and his DOJ to a degree, who would say no to him. Who would say, no, you can't do that.
Right.
Secretary of State, as I said, the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I mean, they would say no, you can't do that. But now he's eliminated that possibility by surrounding himself with people who are as depraved as he is. So they're not going to say no to him.
Yeah.
So there's, what can they do? What can the opposition do without the majority? I mean, that's our system of government. That's what a democracy is.
Right.
It's a representative democracy, and for some unknown reason now, he literally holds all the cards in that regard. So there's nothing to be done. The only way, I mean, if you're talking about people who would hold him accountable, they would have to be members of his own party.
Right.
Who would say, enough is enough. This is beyond the pale, and there's nobody, they're not going to do that. So maybe one or two, but then they'll announce their retirement as soon as they do that. So they're gone,
Right.
because they know they can't survive with that kind of base that he has.
Yeah.
What that party has become,
Do you think that at some point he will self-destruct himself, or how do you think this is going to end?
Well, I think his goal is, I think, to just drag this out until he's gone, until he dies, so that he never has to be held accountable, and he may succeed.
Yeah.
But he'll always live in the shadow of this. I mean, this is how he's going to be remembered.
Yeah.
As the worst president and most vile human being to ever hold elected office. So there's nothing he can do about that. He may be able to avoid prison.
Yeah.
But he's not going to avoid his place in history.
Right.
I
often say I'm waiting for the Ken Burns documentary on all of this. If a movie were to be produced, as an actor, if a movie were to be produced about this administration, would you want to take a role in it?
No.
No?
Oh, no.
You wouldn't want to play anyone?
No. Listen, I don't even like the role I'm playing in this.
Yeah.
In this part of his administration. I mean, I'm playing the role of deeply disappointed. I mean, as deeply disappointed as I've ever been about anything except my son's cancer diagnosis, because this is a cancer on our nation.
Right.
So I mean, why would I want to contribute to that? I mean, there are people for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give that air. I mean, I talk about it on my social media engagements, simply because it's my way of
venting.
Well, it's my way of protesting.
Yeah.
I don't argue with people anymore. I may say something in return, but I don't engage.
Right.
I just, I express myself and I know that I'm on the right side of the issues, and I know that I'm on the right side of history.
Right.
So that's enough for me. But as far as giving that air or giving that promoting that,
right.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
How does James Morrison handle the stresses of life today? Do you meditate? Do you have a specific regimen or something you do that centers you?
Yeah, I do. I meditate every morning before I do anything. I drink a glass of water, and then I meditate. Then I do some stretching and some breathing. I have a breathing practice. Yoga breathing, pranayama it's called.
Oh.
And I do that. So I do that every morning for about an hour before I do anything.
Right.
Because I have to make sure I'm centered, like you say, and focused,
balanced
before I let this other stuff that we're talking about to my consciousness.
Right.
And I try to do a gratitude practice. I do a positive positive visualization practice, trying to bring myself into the moment.
Yeah.
Into the present. Because the minute I start opening myself up to the outside world,
right,
it's everything to drag you away from that inner focus and being in touch with what's important,
Exactly.
family, um, caring, hoping that everyone is happy, joyous, and free.
Hmm.
Because we're not. Everyone isn't, but you don't find that out until you get out in the world, or you're looking at the news, or you look on, you know,
Yeah.
one of the social sites.
Yeah.
So you have to fortify yourself.
Hmm.
Um, you know, you have to do a lot of forgiveness meditation before
Yeah.
go out into it again.
Do
So that's
you
what I do.
do you have a specific yoga practice, and do you teach yoga any
I
or
don't teach anymore. No,
yeah, you did?
I did. I taught for about 20 years.
Hmm.
Um, I taught 10 years at the Center for Yoga in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
LA's oldest. God, I mean, it might be one of the oldest in the country, actually. Founded in 1967
Huh?
um, by my teacher, actually,
And
Ganga White.
who was your teacher?
Ganga White.
Hmm.
He and his wife, Tracy Rich, founded the White Lotus Foundation up in Santa Barbara. That's where I trained to teach
Ah.
in 2001. But I don't teach anymore. I just do my own practice.
Yeah.
If somebody asks me a question or two, I'll help them.
Uh-huh.
But I don't teach anymore.
James.
I practice with my boy.
Yeah.
We sometimes do yoga together. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about maybe writing a book about your life or about your practice?
No, I
No.
haven't. My yoga practice?
Yeah.
No, not a book. I have written some short pieces,
Hmm.
uh, but no, not a book. I'm working on a play now, aside from another play. I've written a few plays.
Uh-huh.
A few of them have been produced in various places, and you know, the creative life, man.
Yeah. You have
You got to
to.
find something to, and I think that's probably why one of the reasons I engage. Well, I've been political since I was 18. Um, by political, I mean um, engaged
Right.
politically.
Right.
You know, um, I think that's one of the reasons that I stay active civically in that way.
Hmm. You're a fascinating individual. I mean, you're an actor, you're a musician, you're a poet. Um, do you have any of your poetry handy, and can you read us something you've done?
Oh wow,
Something you've
yeah.
written?
Let's see.
I
Let's
think
see. Where would I
I think
find
the
this?
audience would love to hear you and your poetry.
Let me see if it comes up.
Okay. Hmm. Little
Yeah, it just might.
poetry from James Morrison.
This is. I'm going to do a. I'm searching for a.
Go ahead. Take your time. This is going to be really interesting. I
Okay,
can't wait.
Yeah, here we go.
Hmm.
This is. I don't know how long it is. It's kind of long, but not Let's see.
Well, go right ahead. We have plenty of time.
Okay. I wrote this in September 08.
Okay.
And I forget what it's called. Took the boy to Alaska a couple of weeks ago. He's 9. I was 9 when I moved there. There were about 30,000 people in Anchorage when I moved there in 1963. Now there are upwards of 250 grand. It can never be the same place, and really, who would want it to be?
Mm.
Unless it's the nagging past of the hometown kind that calls you and you want to answer. So you can visit to see if it still fits. I saw it anew through his eyes, clear and open, with no past, innocent. Saw it before earthquakes and booze and debauchery, before beautiful, long, dark winter love and remorse, and before death. Saw it with nothing to forgive or forget. Sometimes a memory or two of some other man's past sneaked in from when I was a boy, lost. Before I was a man, before I knew the sweet present and was found and saved. It was a gift to myself, given me by my son, who had no idea what he was giving. I took him over to see the trailer I lived in with my parents and little brother through my high school years. It's all rusted out. The grass is dirt. The flower box full of azaleas below the front window is gone. I told him, when I met my dad again, I'm going to ask him, why didn't you buy a house that was hooked to the ground? Why did you make us live in a trailer, for God's sake? Were you that afraid of being present? My boy said, I like our house. But when you see your dad, do you think you'll care then? And I said, no. And I don't really care now. I'm just talking because I'm afraid to be quiet. I told him I went to 9 schools when I was growing up, and pretty soon, after about 6 schools, you start to forget about learning.
Mm-hmm.
I also told him that it took me a long time as an adult to unlearn that. He said, wow, that was hard, I bet. Hey, what are the symptoms of homesickness? I think I have it. You miss Mommy? I asked him. Yeah. Me too. But I'm not homesick anymore, thanks to you. What do you mean? He asked me. Wherever I am is home when I'm with you. Yeah, me too. He took me on the train to Denali and back, took me fishing, took me to the Kenai fjords, took me on the whole old highway to Palmer where my dad took me in the brown Ford and taught me how to drive. I poked along, scared shitless, and Dad told me not to worry about those people in the cars honking behind me. They'd pass me if they were in that much of a hurry. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead, Jim. So unlike him. He worried a lot. I made the mistake of telling my boy that my dad worried himself to death. Now he's worried about worrying, afraid he'll die if he does it too much. But that's good, really. Even though I kind of regret saying it. It's given me a chance to have talks about evolution and how far he's ahead of the game, being the creative soul he is and all. And it's an excuse to teach him to breathe deeper.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know that I breathe easier after that trip north with him, after I let him take me back where I thought I was from. Now I know for sure it doesn't matter. I'm from nowhere and going nowhere. I'm just learning how to drive on this old highway with my boy, and he's teaching me how. My son told me in his way and without knowing it to just keep my eyes on the road and not to worry about those people on the road behind us.
Oh. Okay, that was... Wow, that was very emotional. Also, was this before or after Seamus's his surgery?
That was he was 9. He diagnosed. Let's see, that was in September. The following June, he was diagnosed. So it was just a few months. It was like 6 months, 8 months prior to his diagnosis.
I know that it may be difficult for you, but tell me about the time that diagnosis happened and how you dealt with it all.
Well, that's the subject of my play. I mean, I could go into an hour and a half monologue about this.
Yeah.
When your child is sick, it's unlike any other pain
Right.
that there is.
Right.
And I've talked to a lot of parents about this, who've been through a similar thing. Some with not the positive result that we had,
Yeah.
and it changes you forever.
Of course.
I mean, even with a positive outcome, it changes you forever. I credit him with this, but it becomes part of the grief we carry. I was speaking of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Bob
Yeah.
is a Texan,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. He's
Well,
from
he was
here.
talking about his brother dying
Yeah.
and how he carries, with him now, and that's who he is now. He's that. Basically, I'm paraphrasing it, but that grief is who he is. He's never without that.
Yeah.
And it gave me perspective on I mean, I'd still do this play because it heals me to go through it because it's always in me.
Right.
My wife and boy don't need to revisit it like I do. I need to revisit it for the same reason that I wrote it. I mean, it helps me process it.
Right.
It helps me process the grief of what we went through. And he, after his surgery, he couldn't walk or talk or see or use his right hand, and he had to learn how to do all those things again.
Yeah.
And it took a couple of years. And so that was 2-3 years and into high school actually of therapy and stuff for him to recover. So and that was that's part of me now.
Right.
As it is part of him. He doesn't identify as unless it comes down to it.
Yeah.
But he's a cancer survivor.
Right.
It changed the way he sees the world,
Right.
and it changes the way that the world sees him. And it does that with the people, the loved ones of people that it strikes too. So that's my perspective on it.
Yeah. It is one thing that also speaks to the condition of the world today, and that is that it seems like we are lacking empathy. It's like the nation's lost empathy, and we need that back, right? I mean...
I have a theory about that.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
I don't think it has.
Okay.
I think that there's a person that is in control of the government now
Mm-hmm.
in a way that nobody has ever taken control of it before, to its great detriment.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular person that I'm talking about is being a malignant narcissist.
Right.
Has no empathy. And I think that there are a group of people, and you can people can call this divisive or whatever they want to call it, but there are a solid 30% of his supporters who he has freed to be as vile as he is.
Right.
And they've always been here. people without empathy, people without compassion. But he's made it okay for them to come out of the closet, as it were,
Right.
and to be public about this disease, because it's a mental illness.
It is. I agree.
And so that's my theory. I don't think that the country as a whole is without empathy. I mean, we were founded in a certain way. We amended those parts of the Constitution that were mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that didn't show empathy or compassion for others.
Right.
We've amended it through legal action over the years, and now we have somebody come along who wants to literally destroy all that.
Right.
And go back in time to before that happened.
Right.
But it's not the majority of the people. When they say, well, half the country voted for him. No, half the country didn't vote for him. Not even half the registered voters voted for him.
Right.
Not even the majority of the people who voted in the last election voted for him.
Right.
The majority of voters voted against him.
Yeah.
So it's not the majority. It's a solid, I don't know what, 35% maybe?
Right.
Third of the country. They've always been here, man.
Do you think they're changing? Do you think that they suddenly realized, oh my goodness, I made a mistake?
Some of them are, but it's not because they got more. It's because they're going, hey, wait a minute, I didn't mean for this to happen to me.
Right.
That's not empathy.
It became personal.
That's just as selfish as the act of voting for him in the first place.
Right.
It's not because they suddenly went, oh, you know what? We're really fucking up people's lives. Oh, no, they don't care about that. They only care that their lives are being fucked up now.
Right.
By this guy that they thought was their savior. But he doesn't care about them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about anybody but himself.
It's almost as if
which I think is what appeals to them.
Yeah.
They identify to that.
Exactly.
That quality of selfishness.
It's the identity thing, and people have become, I don't really like to use this analogy, but it's kind of like a Star Trek fan. They get so involved into this show that it becomes their identity. And I think that there are a lot of Trump supporters who are like Trekkies, it's become their identity, and they cannot go against that idea that, well, maybe this isn't benefiting me, maybe this isn't helping me. You know what I mean? It's an identity thing.
And the other thing about that is it's not based in any kind of reality. It's fantasy. It's science fiction.
Exactly.
It's not real. That's why you see, you have these people with the conspiracy theories and stuff. Man, there's no basis in reality for that stuff.
Exactly.
There's no basis in fact. That's why they coined the phrase alt facts.
Right.
There's no such thing as an alt fact.
Mm-hmm.
An alt fact is a fiction.
It is. You're dead right.
There's a facts and then there's fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cosplay, isn't it? They're just dressing up. They're putting on the ear tampons, and it's all for show. It's all like a perverted sci-fi convention, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And but there are people that drive around in trucks with flags and bumper stickers, and they step out of it and they're wearing red, white, and blue, and their whole identity is wrapped around this. But I believe that that's maybe less than 20% of the actual population, but they're the ones that are sort of in control now. So everything's a conspiracy theory. Even the
Well,
conspiracy theorists are fighting.
They're in control now because they're politicians, like their Congress people,
Right.
and their senators can't win elections without them.
Yeah.
So that's who they're um,
It's that
Right.
base.
that's their base, but that's who they're playing to. That's the audience that those politicians are playing to.
Right.
Yeah, it's a mess, man.
Yeah. The vast majority of the country, though, like you say, I believe that we have more in common than we have differences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why. Listen, this is why I can play golf with people that I don't know their politics, and we can have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
The minute we start talking politics, it's over.
Right.
Because they reveal themselves as the kind of people we're talking about, and I go, man, I can't. What? How can you ruin that? That's what I want to say. Why did you ruin that? We were getting along so well,
Yeah.
But then, it's almost like a Jekyll and Hyde thing,
Yeah.
That's what I look at it as.
You mentioned playing golf. You and our mutual friend Tucker Smallwood, y'all play
Yeah.
golf quite often, don't you?
Oh, we have played a few times over the years. Yeah, in fact, just today we had a text exchange
Mm-hmm.
about playing sometime. Yeah. In
Okay.
fact, a text came in 15 minutes ago from Tucker.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Jay, I hate to do it, man, but Seamus has got to come into my office and do a lesson
Oh, I understand.
because he's having an internet issue. So I have to cut it short, man. I hate to, though. I'm having a great time.
Okay. But just real quick, I mean, if someone wants a cameo, where can they find you? Cameo and other places?
Oh, yeah, Cameo James Morrison, at James Morrison. Yeah,
Mhm. And you have your own website, too.
I do. It's thejamesmorrison.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. James, thank you so much for talking with me today and being on the
Hey,
show.
I wish we could talk longer. I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
Jay.
I appreciate you too. Well, that's going to do it for the show this time. We will see you next time. And take care. And all new shows are coming soon to the J. Michael Show. See you soon.
Goodbye.